Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Alrighty. Okay, we are back again on this YouTube channel. Okay. Alright, today we're basically going to do a story time slash, we're gonna get into dip. Okay, we're gonna get into this thing, talk about like some uncomfortable topics that us Africans, topics that we need to start talking about. Okay, on a serious note, these are topics honestly that really need to be discussed out there, and I don't understand why this topic don't be, I don't understand why we can't talk about this topic. I don't understand, because I'm a talker. I talk. I talk. Okay. Anyways, let's get this thing started. Okay. We're going to do, story time slash other things. Okay. So as many of you know, I got married back in 2020. Okay, September 12, 2020. Me and my hubby decided to tie the knot. Obviously, I met my best friend and we got married. Yay! Yes, see the rings? Yes, we got married. Okay, we got married, and honestly, way before me and my husband got married, we had discussed on when we were going to have children. Okay, we had already talked about it, discussed. Okay, are we gonna start having a family right away, or are we just gonna wait? Okay, now when we got married, because we wanted to start a family right away. Honestly, we weren't doing any, we didn't go into like the whole, let's get some protection type of thing. We're not trying to conceive. We went all in, so we did it all naturally. It was one of those things where we were like, okay, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Wrong idea, because obviously as a woman, we all know that's not true. If it doesn't happen, we gonna freak out. Okay, so God is wonderful. God is very beautiful. Okay, He has a special way of doing things. The time we got married, I had just we got married. We got married a couple of days after I had just got out of my period, honestly. It was just it was one of those things where you're like, okay, God, I see you. Okay, you really want me to get pregnant. Okay, so it was one of those things where you're just like, wow, seriously? It was very beautiful. It was a little extra, but right after, let's get back to the start. Okay. Right after, before we got married, right when after my period, ovulating and stuff like that, so we had a high chance of getting pregnant. Okay, because we were in the seasons, of getting pregnant. Okay. So we get married, and we do the deed. We came together as man and wife, okay? Multiple times, okay? I'm protective and everything. Okay? I'm protective multiple times, and honestly, we really thought at least I really thought I was gonna get pregnant right away. And honestly, bro, when you really want to get pregnant, and it doesn't happen the way you want to get pregnant, it really does, and it doesn't happen. It went through the fact, my husband was cool with this. It's going to happen when God wants it to happen. And there was me, oh my God, in my mind, I'm out here thinking, is there something wrong with me? What's going on? Why am I not pregnant? Because we had checked ourselves, we were good. It was just why am I not getting pregnant? So we don't get pregnant, and then we didn't get pregnant. And then at one time, I started getting the symptoms. okay? All right, girl, let me tell you, I was having real cravings. My period was late, and my period was late. My, so tea house, okay? And like, I was having symptoms, okay? I was having symptoms, and I really thought I was pregnant, but I took a bunch of pregnancy tests, and they all came back negative. They all came back negative. It got to the point where I was like, happy, we are going to the clinic. Like, I have not seen my period. Like, I've not seen my period. Nothing's going on. Like, we go in, I'm like, I'm having these symptoms. They're supposed to be a sign of pregnancy, but when I take the pregnancy test, it's not coming up. So it's coming back negative. So I'm like, hubby, we gotta go to the clinic. So we go to the clinic once or ever, and then like, okay, they ask you questions. When was your last period? Have you had unprotected sex? Which all of them was, I told them to be like, okay, my last cycle was, way before we got married. And yeah, have we been, having unprotected sex? Yes, we have. And then they bring some tests, and she comes back, she like, you're not pregnant. So now I'm confused. Okay? I'm confused. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not pregnant. So, but why am I having the symptoms? Why am I having this? I explained the symptoms to her, because, what's going on with this? She's like, okay, so she started asking me questions like, so when you and your comes in, she asked, okay, when did you start being active? Like, so it wasn't like exactly along the lines. And I told her, I was like, hey, so when we got married, I was through a virgin, and we literally like just I lost my virginity to him after our wedding. So, I had not been active before. And she's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense why your hormones are all over the place, and you're getting the symptoms, and then you think that you're pregnant, and that's also why your period is off as well. I'm like, I'm like, okay, like my husband was like, once again, whatever, it's gonna happen when God wants it to happen, obviously. But when I told you, I was disappointed. I was so sad about it. Like, I was very sad. I was really sad. I remember like just, like talking to him, like, dang, I understand things happen for a reason. God wants things to happen in a certain way. And I do believe that everything happens for a reason, and everything happens according to his will and everything. I believe in that. And I believe in due time, in my own time, I was going to get my own little precious little baby and everything. But at the same time, the human in me was low-key, like, it wasn't even low-key. The human in me was hurt. Okay, I was hurt. I was sad. I was everything. Like, I was hurt. I was sad. I was everything all together. Okay. So this whole time I'm going through this. Okay, guys. This whole time I'm going through this, and people, hey, this whole time I'm going through this, and the gossiping. Oh my God. Oof. Like, as humans in general, especially Africans, we kind of need to start, okay? We kind of need to start watching what we say about people. Like, this thing. I said, this thing. Stop it. Like, we need to start stopping. Like, why? So this whole time, I'm going through this, and I'm like, I'm not getting pregnant. I'm not getting pregnant. And the whole time, why is my community out there talking about, oh, they rushed the wedding because she was pregnant. They rushed the wedding because she was pregnant. They rushed the wedding because she was pregnant. Okay, in your eyes, you guys felt like our wedding was rushed. But in our eyes, our wedding was not really rushed, because our wedding was happening low-key. Like, the people close to me knew what was happening. The people closest to me knew when things was happening back in 2019 when things were happening, they knew about it. Okay? Yeah, listen, I already knew me and my husband was gonna get married. Okay, I knew he was gonna get married in 2023. Okay, now did I know he was gonna propose on my birthday? That I did not know, but I do know, but I did know that we were going to get married in 2020 at some point. Because we had talked about it. There's no way we would get married without having the talk. Like we gotta talk about it. Now, and I'm like, bro, I'm out here being sad about not being pregnant because, obviously, I was like, yeah, God just, obviously, we're getting married. I'm dating, I already planned, planned, though. I already planned. I already planned and everything. And it just didn't happen the way we wanted it to happen. I wanted it to happen. My husband was just like, it happens. But it didn't happen the way I wanted it to happen. But honestly, what hurt the most is the fact that people were out here gossiping about us, talking about, I was most hurt that some family members too were involved in this shit, where they out here gossiping about somebody, oh, she got married really fast, because, people are, oh, she got married really fast, she got married. Who are you to tell me that I'm getting married fast? Who are you? Are you in charge of my life? Do you even know what's going on in my life in the first place? Do you know? No, you don't. So we need to start watching what we say to people, because people are going through things, okay? People are going through things behind the scene. People are going through things behind the scene. Yes, I'm very happy, but you people were just out there gossiping. I was out there happy and everything, but deep down I was also disappointed that I wasn't getting pregnant. And then there's the people out here already oh, she got married, her wedding was fast because she was pregnant. Pregnant for who? You no. So we really honestly need to stop talking about especially when it comes to pregnancy. It's such a very sensitive topic to many people, not just me, to many people out there, to where we really need to stop we really need to stop condemning people when it comes to getting pregnant, okay? We need to stop asking, when are you getting pregnant, okay? We need to stop asking those questions. Let people live their life. If those people themselves decide that they want to get pregnant, then they can go ahead and get pregnant, okay? It is not in your opinion. It is not up to you to be to start questioning, when are you getting pregnant? Oh, you're doing this fast. Oh, you're doing this too slow. Oh, you're not doing that. It is not up to you, my sister. It's their life, okay? It's their life. We honestly need to... Listen, many of us sit here and call ourselves Christians, okay? I'm not attacking anybody, but many of us sit out here and call ourselves Christians, but we really out here the first ones. We really out here the first ones to start gossiping about somebody, and that's not cute at all. That's not cool. And as a Christian, we really shouldn't be doing that. We really shouldn't be doing that. No. Because you're talking about your fellow human being, your fellow brother in Christ, sister in Christ, and you really don't know what's going on in their life deep down. Really. So, and I'm sitting here, and then, obviously, I didn't get pregnant. My period happened, and I'm just at that point, I had already bought how many pregnancy tests? Oh my God. I think my husband was over. He was over that. He was over it, okay? I had bought so many pregnancy tests at this point, okay? I have used up so many pregnancy tests where I'm listen, I was stressing this issue. And honestly, when you're trying to conceive, the least thing on your mind, the least thing you should be doing is being stressed, overthinking stuff, overthinking everything. That's the least thing of your world. You should not be doing that, because my sister, it will not work. Just go with the flow, like my husband said. Live life. Let it happen. If it happens, it happens. If it happens, it happens. I'm so listen, when I started to let things happen, okay? When I started to let things happen, guess who became pregnant? I finally became pregnant. Oh my goodness. Okay. I remember, like, my mother-in-law, like, I remember my mother-in-law looking at me like, and then I'm like, I'm like, why is this person looking at me? Why are you looking at me like, Charlie, why are you looking at me? But, because I had, like, these older women, like the older generation, they know how to talk when you are pregnant, even before us. Even before us. Before the person who's pregnant. They know how to talk before even the person who's pregnant. Before we even find out ourselves. They know how to talk. And me, I'm like, And honestly, at that point, I stopped tracking my period. I stopped because, listen, Walmart was tired of me. Walmart was tired of seeing me every day. I was at Walmart almost every day. I started doing that. I went and bought one box that had 2 pregnancy tests. And I put it away. I hide the pregnancy test. If my mind tried to go into pregnancy test, I'll just be like, not today. It's not happening. Oh my goodness. When I finally got pregnant, I remember my husband was at work that night. I was at home and I took the pregnancy test. I wish at that time I was recording, but we wasn't. But I do have a video of when I told my husband I was pregnant. I'm probably gonna put it somewhere in here so you guys can see his reaction. Bro, when I told him I was pregnant, this is how he was crying. Like all of us, like he was crying. It was very emotional. It was like it was just it was just like beautiful. Where else do I take this? Where? It felt really good to be pregnant. It was up into the morning sickness thing, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. It was very good. I surprised my husband, with the at-home pregnancy test, and he was really happy. He was crying and everything. And then, we ended up scheduling an appointment. Okay. We ended up scheduling another appointment to go see to the clinic so they can check and confirm it better because, sometimes, the at-home test can tell you one thing, but then you go to the hospital, they're like something else. So we go there and obviously I put my information down and like we told them they asked me when was your last period. I told them, I'm like, okay, my last period was on, this, was on the 15th. It was like this, it was like that. Bro. And the doctor comes in, bro. The doctor had the audacity to say, oh, there's no way your period was on this day and you will be pregnant. At that point, both of our hearts, both my heart and my husband's heart, it dropped down. It dropped down. I'm sitting here like, what you mean? I'm sitting here like in my head. I'm like, doctor, I took 2 pregnancy tests at home. All of them came back positive. Like, what do you mean? There's no way I will have my period on this day and I will have a positive testing at this point. Because at this point, I'm just like, oh my goodness. Prayers in my mind. I'm like, God, please, let that not be true. God, I really want this. Like, I'm like, God, please, I'm begging you, like, let it not be true. Like, let me be pregnant. Like, let it be confirmed that I'm pregnant. Like, do not allow his words to be true. Like, do not. Because, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm not believing any of this until you yourself let me know. Okay, you yourself let me know. Because at that point, before I got pregnant, my husband did dream that we was pregnant before that. But he didn't tell me about it until I told him that we was pregnant. But he had a dream that we was pregnant. And honestly, most of the time when my husband has these dreams, it always happens that way. It always happens. he dreamed that I was pregnant before I got pregnant, and I got pregnant. He even dreamed at that time that we had a baby girl, and we ended up finding out that we had a baby girl because we did not find out about our gender until I was like around 7 months. 6 months, because we was trying to wait, but then I got impatient. I got impatient, and yeah, we found out, and it was a girl. But honestly, like at that point when the doctor is like, there's no way, I'm like, nope, I'm not believing anything you say. At this point, I'm like, doctor, just run your test, and you can come talk to us when the test comes, okay? Just run your test. I mean, I wasn't rude about it. I was just like, bro, like at this point, I'm just like, can you at least run? Like, there's nothing. Like, just run a test, and then we can go ahead and talk about everything else. Just run the test. Like, run the test. Let me tell you. And he comes. So they run the test. We're sitting in the room, and my husband is holding me because he knows at this point I'm freaking out inside. I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, God. You know, like I'm just not just me, he was also freaking out, which I found out later, but he was trying to play it off cool. And I'm like, So I'm like, oh my goodness. You know, so he comes back in. We waited in that room for like a whole 30 minutes for a positive test results, okay? That's how crazy it was, for a whole 30 minutes. And then he comes in. Oh my goodness, I wish I had bought a notebook paper, and like, I wish I would have bought the notebook paper and show you how he did it, okay? This is how he did it. Okay, this is him. Pretend I'm the doctor, and this is his little book thingy. He's looking at it. Oh, well, it looks like you're pregnant. I'm like, so obviously we didn't like even pay attention to how like he said those, like how he delivered the news and everything. We just like, you know, started celebrating it in that office. I'm like, oh my goodness, we're pregnant. You know, so we started celebrating and everything, and then like once the joy and everything, like, and we finally, like, you know, calmed down a little bit. That's when I was like, wait, babe, wait a minute. Did you notice how bitter that doctor was? And when he came in and he was like, oh, it looks like y'all pregnant. Oh, it looks like y'all pregnant. Oh, it looks like y'all pregnant. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, bro, why you are a doctor, your opinions don't matter. And if somebody just found out they're pregnant, please celebrate with them, because you don't know how hard it was. You don't know the struggle. You don't know my struggle, so don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Okay. So we later, that's when me and my husband were like, wait a minute. Like, did you notice how bitter that doctor was? Like, did you notice the way he was? And we was like, what? Whoa. So he really was out here hoping that we was not pregnant. Like, the devil is a liar. With God's grace, we got pregnant and we had a baby girl. Okay, we had a baby girl that was almost due on her dad's birthday. That was this close. But baby girl wanted her own birthday. But like I said, the main point of this story time is basically to, you know, let you guys know, like, y'all, we really need to stop being judgmental about people's lives, because you don't know, like, because y'all, some of y'all, even my so-called friends, even my so-called friends, they're not my friends no more, because some of them just disappear, but like, y'all need to stop, like, judging people. Like, y'all need to stop condemning people without knowing what's going on in their lives. Because you was out here condemning me. Oh, she got married fast, she pregnant. But the whole time I was out here struggling. Okay, I was out here struggling to conceive. I was all out here overstressing, overthinking about how I'm not conceiving, and then y'all out here talking about, oh, she only rushed the wedding because she wanted to get married. No, I got married because I wanted to get married. Okay, and honestly, I met my best friend, and I will marry him over and over and over again. And in my next life, I will definitely marry this man. Okay, because honestly, with everything we've been through together, like, you don't understand. Y'all really think me and my husband just up and met each other and just started dating? No, me and my husband go way back. We go way back. Okay, we go way back. I literally married my best friend. I honestly was one of those people. That's a topic for another day. That never believed that I could. I never believed in the marriage. I never believed that I could get married, honestly. I never did. I remember I used to tell my mom, hey, mama, I'm going to be a nun. I'm going to be a nun. I'm going to bring one of my friends on so we can talk about it. Because me and her really thought we was going to be nuns. Okay? We really was so deep into it. We really thought that we were going to be nuns. And that's, how God has a way of working things out. And I honestly really thought that I was never the married type, to be honest, that I could ever find anybody that could match my energy, not even that, my personality, or somebody that can allow me to express myself. Because I'm a person who likes to express myself the way, I'm outspoken. I'm outspoken. If I'm uncomfortable about things, I'm going to say it. And there's so many people out there that really don't that want a woman that can be outspoken. It's not necessary to say that I'm not a submissive wife. I am, and I love being submissive to my husband. But at the same time, I am also outspoken. I speak. If I'm not comfortable with something, hey, I'm not comfortable with this. If I don't agree with something, hey, babe, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this. This is how I feel about it. I open my mouth and say something. Because there is a time to be submissive. Okay, and there's also time. Just because you're a submissive wife does not mean you can't give your own opinions in the relationship. It's not possible. Excuse me. Anyways, so we had our own baby girl. Listen, the key point of this whole video, my sister, is y'all need to watch this. This thing. This thing is very dangerous. Y'all need to be out here and stop. Okay, because y'all be out here gossiping about people, and that's not cute at all. So let's start doing that and be more supportive to our own fellow women and men who are struggling out here. And stop if they decide to get married, be supportive, be happy, stop being bitter. Some of you guys don't get your own blessings because y'all so bitter about other people's relationship. That thing is not cute at all. Anyways, let's stop right here. That's it for today, my beautiful people. That's it for today, okay? Yo, don't forget to like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell for more videos. Bye.